Welcome back to the Shadetree Garage, and I'm working on the 56 Plymouth on the passenger side door. First I have to get the trim off the inside, and then I can work on the outer trim. And then I've got 2 or 3 fasteners on the driver's side to finish, and then got to finish this door and the passenger side quarter. And then we're done, except for, and then I got to go to the hood. Got the hood bird and PLYMOUTH letters across the lower part of the hood, and the hood trim at the very tip of the hood. Now on the trunk lid, I've got there's a V that serves as the handle to raise the hood once you unlock it, if you have a key that works actually. And then, because this is a two-tone, there is a chrome strip that goes under the lower lip of the trunk. Now you barely see this, but that's where the two-tone divides when it wraps around the back of the car. You don't see much of this light blue right here on the back of the car, but it wraps around that side under the taillight and then goes on across the lower lip of the trunk, and there's a strip about this wide that covers that. And that was the first piece of trim I had to work on when I bought the Plymouth, because the fasteners had rusted away. And at one point I was going to a car cruise and got out to get the chairs out of the trunk, and the chrome trim is barely hanging on by a single fastener. Now, most of the trim for these cars is not easy to find, and I don't know where I would have found that single piece, but thankfully I saved it before it fell off. We didn't go too far, and I bought new fasteners and put it back on, only to have to take it off now. Oh well, such as it goes. All right, now let's see the door. Let's see, I don't know if I've got a Phillips. Let's see if I've got a Phillips screwdriver. Yes, I do. All right, there are several Phillips screws on this metal. Let me turn the camera a little bit. All right, on this metal trim piece that's painted blue, there are several Phillips screws allegedly holding it. And I say allegedly because some of these screws are just kind of in there for decoration and not much of an attachment to anything. All right, there's one. Let's see, there's one up top. I think I'm going to have to get off my butt and put a little torque on this baby. All right, it is turning, and it is coming out. Wonder of wonders. All right. There's that one. Now there's one right here that's missing, and there should be one up at the, oh Lord. Yeah. This one has that same piece that attaches the body of the door to the wing vent mount in the front. I'm not going to mess with that. But pull my chair back up, we can get the door handles off. And I think if we get the door handles off, we'll be able to get the door panel off. It's in pretty sad shape, really. All right. This implement of destruction, if you can see it, let me get up here close. Looks like some sort of alien. This device was manufactured by KD Tools. Now, they began in 1918, and they developed specialty tools for for car repairs. And I think the first tools they developed were for the Model T, which was the most common car at the time. And I think it was some sort of valve stem tool. I'm going to do a video only devoted to KD tools because they have quite a history, and they developed so many different specialty tools. They were the company. It was two engineers, and they felt like that with all the cars on the road, there were specialty tools needed for their repair, and that included devices to remove door handles, because those have changed, those evolved over the years. And in 1956, when this was manufactured, there were two primary methods. You're familiar with the C-clip that General Motors, Ford, and others pretty much standardized on by that time. And they had a special, now we've seen, I probably have 6 of them in a drawer somewhere. The special tool, it's just a flat piece of sheet metal that's got cutouts and designed to push that clip out from its groove and then get the door handle off. Very simple to use. Now they also made a pair of pliers that kind of did the same thing. Were used for removing the C-clip. But KD made a lot of different tools for many different purposes, specialty tools to help the home mechanic, or probably more so the professional mechanic, get jobs done. Anyway, we'll get into that in another video. Right now I need to try to get the door handles loose. And let's see what I can come up with. All right, wish me luck, guys. I'm going to stand up for this. Let me raise the viewing point of the camera. All right, let's see. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to take a pause and look at the door handle from the other side to make sure I'm doing this right. Well, guys, a temporary setback. Whew. It's warming up out here. All right. First, I was putting the forks from the right side, looking at it with the handle down. And my memory is that was right. Well, it was if this handle is facing like that. Now, if you want to unlock that clip, you have to come in from this side, which when you turn it around is the left side, or at least to me it is. So I was inserting it from the wrong side again, which I made the mistake on the driver's door. And then, like I said, when I inserted it correctly for the window crank, the crank just jumped off. So anyway, I'm not having such good luck with the door latch and the window crank on this side. And I'm not sure why, but I'm going to work with it a little more. And once I get it, off, we'll take a look at the shafts and see what was binding, because it looks like it's coming off. It just hadn't come completely off the shaft. So there's something I still need to do, or maybe I'm not holding my mouth right. Anyway, as soon as I get this resolved, I'll turn the camera back on so you don't have to watch me struggle any more than you have to. All right, be back. All right, guys, we're back with the camera on. And I did get the door handles off. Now let's see here. Again, I'm doing a little tutorial on using this implement of torture. This is a tool that gets the latch, the door latch and the window crank off the square shafts. Now, let me see if I can get this close enough. All right, you see there's a slot right there, and then there's a 90-degree, you see a square piece of metal on the flat side of that opening. That's attached to a piece that goes in that slot in a 90-degree angle. That holds that clip. Now, when this is on, pushed on a square shaft, when you try to pull it back off, the clip engages, keeps it from coming off. So it's there. Now, to get this thing off, you have to, let's see, get my tools lined up here. All right, let's look at it from this direction. You have to, well, let me change hands. All right, you have to bring the prongs of this tool in behind the door handle, and they have to lift. I don't know if you can see that or not, or if I can actually do it. Look at, they have to engage the edge of that clip, and then you push it in and it pulls that clip up enough to disengage the square shaft that it's on. Now, the first problem I had on this door was operator error, again, because I was engaging this tool from the wrong side. It wasn't engaging that side. I had it on this side. I had it on the wrong side, and as you can imagine, it's not going to engage anything from there. What it did, though, it went on the shaft between the actual door handle and the door panel. So it was going in and out, but it wasn't engaging anything. So I had to take another door handle from the driver's side and look at it and jar the old bean on how this tool goes in. And it has to engage that spring. Now, part of the problem I ran into with the window crank, I was getting this engaged behind here very well. It was going on, and it looked like it should have been popping off. Well, no go. And so then I thought, so I looked again at a handle from the other side, and I thought, how do these forks have to go? How do they engage that clip on the back of this? Well, the secret is, let me switch hands again. This tool has to go, you have to get this tool behind that edge. Those prongs have to go behind this edge to be able to lift it so it will unlock from that shaft. Now, the other the other attachments, the door handle, window cranks, all have the original factory steel washer that's attached to the upholstery, and it does the same thing that you see on the mid-fit or the Tri-5s. You've got that plastic washer. It just keeps the movement of the door latch and the window crank from wearing your upholstery. So that's I had to get the window crank off, I had to make sure that these prongs were being tilted, going in at an angle to make sure they didn't go between the door panel and the clip, because that was the problem. I know the problem I was still having, so I had to give them a little bit of an angle to catch that clip. Once I did that, it came off. This one shaft on this door has quite a bit of surface rust too, so that was a problem. But anyway, they're off now, and I have one Phillips screw left on my, let me move the camera around a little bit. A little closer here. All right, I have one, let's put this stuff here. I have one screw left holding this door handle, door pull on, a Phillips screw, and it's really giving me fits, but that's okay. All right, I had a undersized screwdriver and it was slipping. And this one should be just about there. Come on, baby. There it is. All right, now these door handles, if you've got, as you can see from the backside, they're just cheap ass plastic. And there's some sort of, this insert is vinyl, is coated with vinyl. But you can see that heat and time, how these plastic pieces have warped just from heat and age. And these were, you can obviously tell these were white at one time and painted to match the rest of the interior. So I will probably recover these. I don't think I can do anything about the warping in the plastic, unless somebody has made reproductions of these, which I don't think is likely. Though you could make repops of these. If you made a mold, you could probably sell a few of these if you had good quality mold making. Anyway, I think I lost a screw out of here when I turned it over, but it will turn up. Now, on this, I don't know if you can see this or not, there's a spring that actually is attached on the back side of this door panel, here and here. This is one of those factory metal washers. It goes on the shaft. Actually, it was on the shaft of the door crank, but not the door handle. All right. What was I going to say? Let's look at this door panel, and you can kind of get a look at the bottom of it. It is in pretty sad shape, suffering from water damage, just like the driver's side. It's not. There's nothing at the bottom holding it. I think there's a clip here, maybe, and I don't think there's a clip over there, but we'll see. Anyway. We'll see if we can get this one off there. This piece of trim up here, this metal piece across the top of trim, it is secured at the front, and I mentioned this before, by a chrome or a stainless plate, and it connects the body, the door shell with the front edge of the wing vent. And that basically keeps this piece together from coming off. And it's 5 or 6 screws. One of them is stripped out on the other side. The others don't want to cooperate. And I was considering using some WD-40 product. They've branched out into like there's WD-40 white lithium grease, there's WD-40 rust penetrant, and other line of other products that beyond just WD-40 spray. But I've decided against using an aerosol spray for the simple reason that I don't want to launch an aerosol oil product in the garage. I don't want to spread oil everywhere and have no control over it. So I'm going to the next chance I get a liquid ranch or some oil I can apply with an applicator or a little brush or something, and on these rusty screws up here, so I don't spray oil everywhere. Now I still need to, of course, I'll be using grease and wax remover religiously, but there's no sense in contaminating everything, because that stuff will get into places you'd never think. And I don't need the extra hassle. So that's the important thing. But I've always been very wary about using any aerosol, oil, or anything that can contaminate a surface that I'm going to paint. All right, let's see if we can get this door panel to come off. There we go. All right, maybe so. Maybe we got it. There we go. Got it. All right. Sapsucker. And let me get this door panel here out of the way. All right, let me back up a little bit. All right, now, as per the other door, we are missing this inspection panel, which I will have to remedy, because this is why this door panel has deteriorated so much. Water and moisture infiltration. And again, this rod is the door lock. When you pull the handle forward, it engages the door lock, which is pretty slick, because there's no, let me see if I can, if you notice, there's no door lock that comes up there. So I think it's pretty slick, and it works. You just have to remember to, when you lock it, you have to pull the door handle forward. If you go backwards, you'll open the door. Not a good thing to do when you're moving anyway. All right, what have we here? Let's feel inside for fasteners. All right. Let's see, what do we have here? All right, there's a fastener here, Both of them have 3/8 inch bolts on them. Let's go down the line here a little bit. There's another one, 3/8 inch, and I can't get to the others because of the door window being down. There's a spring clip, another one with a fastener. Let's see what we got up here. Okay, I can't tell. Anyway, it's going to be pretty much the same story as the other one. And this is an original door panel clip. So anyway, you can see what I have to deal with. I'll have to make some sort of waterproof panel to go in here, just to try to keep out the moisture. And you can see remnants of tape that was, used to seal openings to the door panel. There's one here. There's one here that's got the original tape on it. Let's see. Well, that's interesting. The the door crank, door shaft is missing a screw. So anyway, this has the original tape, and I think we could probably roll this up and get a little more clearance. So anyway, we've got the door panel off and surveyed the situation. It looks like we'll be able to get the clips off, and the attachments for the chrome, and then we can finish up with the quarter panels. I can feel the clips that attach. I can feel the clips that attach the original weather strip on. Let's see. There's not a lot of debris. Well, yeah, I was going to say there's not a lot of debris down here, but there is some. What's this? Well, there's a screw. Actually, this is the bolt that goes to the door handle. I do believe it's the same size head, but it came out of something somewhere. And you can write that down. No, surprisingly, just a little debris in this door for as many years as it's been since it was painted. And you can see the original black paint that was on this door, and then it was later repainted. This door has some rust. Let's get this, and I'll show you the area, and it makes sense. In this bottom corner, right around here, that far over, it's got some bubbling rust bubbles. Well, and you can see that this bottom corner, that moisture is going to be trapped there. There's no way for it to drain out. Let's see, the nearest drain hole is, well, there's another little screw that held something. The nearest drain hole is, let's see, where's that hole again? Is right here. And you can see that it's actually higher than that pocket. So there's rust there, and also why it's there on the driver's door. And I think both corners have some rust coming through. So, and that explains it, because it wasn't draining. The actual rust, it just sat, moisture just sat there, and that's going to do it. I'll try to get this edited and get it up. As hopefully this will help those of you who are taking apart a 50s to early 60s Plymouth, trying to get the door handles off, and what you'll find inside it, and actually how to use this tool by KD. Let me now, as I mentioned earlier, I plan to do a video about the history of KD tools, but I will tell you, this tool works. You just have to, as I used to tell my son, you have to be smarter than the tool, and sometimes I'm not. But once I got it configured going in the right direction. However, if you do a Google search for the 1955 KD Tools catalog, it is a large catalog with it shows illustrations of all their tools. Now, this KD tool didn't come with instructions. You know, it is probably as old as the car, 60, 67, 68 years old. It's in actually pretty good shape. Now, these tools will sell on eBay from anywhere to $75 to $150. I don't think they're that collectible, and I think they're overpriced. But nobody's making these new. There's no demand for it. So, but if you have a mid-50s to early 60s Chrysler product, you're going to need one of these. So you can beg, borrow, or steal it. Now, you know, if you look at the shape of this, you could, you're familiar with the C-clip remover. That's just a piece of stamped steel that's slotted to match the C-clip. Well, I'm telling you, you could make the same sort of clip remover out of a sheet of metal, you know, and like the ubiquitous C-clip remover. You could probably modify one of those to do the same thing and not need this tool that looks like it came from the Middle Ages. But as I was saying, if you have one of these or any KD tool and you're trying to figure out how to use it, the proper way to use it, do a Google search for 1955, I think it's 55, KD tool catalog. Now the catalog has all their tools listed in it. And so if that tool was manufactured from 55 and earlier, you will find it. You will also find instructions on how the tool is properly used, which was a real genius move, I think, on KD's part, because not only did they hand the catalogs out to their jobbers and also who handed them out to the mechanics, the catalog not only had the tool, but how to use it. And some tools aren't obvious on how you use it. But the tool, it's a wonderful guide to how to use the tools. So I plan to do a video on the history of KD tools, because it's an interesting history, and it touches all brands of cars from the Model T all the way up. And the company that ended up buying them is still in existence. They're not making all of the tools they did, but it's still they bought KD Tools, and they kept the name for a while, but now it's gone. But the tools live on. Obviously, if you do a Google search on KD Tools, you'll find no shortage of tools and people wondering, what's this for? All right, that's it for the Shadetree Garage. I may not get back out here tonight, but with the next video, we'll be getting the trim off this door, since I'll be able to access all the back side of this now. All right, that's it. Get out and cruise, or get out in the garage and get some work done. That's what I'm going to try to do. So have a great day, and thanks for stopping by. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button, and give me a thumbs up. Now there'll be varied content, and I'll be working on this for some time, and other things as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon here in the Shadetree Garage.